Today I'm going to give a transparency report on the stats on my channel coming up. Hey guys, it's Travis Vroman, and this channel is my way of giving back to the game development community for helping me over the years get me to where I am. I'm a professional game developer now, and it is what I do for a living, and I could not have done that without the community. This channel has daily videos with tips, tricks, and things that you should know about getting into the game development industry. So if you're new here, please hit subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So today I wanted to give a transparency report on the status of the channel, and this is something that I want to do about once a month as I continue with these daily videos, is to give a update on how the channel's doing and the progress of building up the channel. I'm not quite building this channel from nothing, but it's pretty small. One of the hardest things I've tried to find up to this point are videos that show a channel's growth over time. There's a lot of content out there on YouTube about channel growth, and here's how I did it from a retrospective point of view. And my problem with that is it doesn't really show you how things looked when they were small. You know, sometimes I'll include a clip or this or that, but there's not really been videos along the way to sort of show the growth. So one of the things I'm going to do as I continue to build up this channel is to post progress on the actual channel itself. And I want to do that about once a month, so that's what this video is. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the analytics up behind me, the YouTube analytics, and I'm just going to pour through those real quick with you guys and show you where the channel's at, show you where it started. I'm going to keep up with these monthly reports, and we'll just see how the channel grows over time. So it's something I'm really excited about. I'm hoping it gives you guys a perspective on how all this stuff works if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel of your own. So without further ado, let's jump into the analytics. Alright, so looking at the overview of this, there's some interesting things going on here. Now, I do want to point out that at this point, I've been doing videos every day now for, well, by the time you guys see this, over 30 days. So I'll start off with the last 28 days, just because that sort of shows what I've been doing since I started doing these videos every day. And then I'll do some comparisons to where my channel started and whatnot. So the first thing that you'll notice here is the watch time I've got 6,353 minutes this 28 days, and that's up over the last period by a lot because I didn't really have a lot. But you'll notice that it was about almost a little over halfway through before I started getting these spikes in watch time. And the same thing is true for the views. And the reason for that is because through here I didn't do any promotion for my videos whatsoever. I may have linked them to a couple of friends and whatnot, but I didn't really do any sort of public promotion on my videos. And what I realized was that unless I start publicly promoting my videos at least somewhat, it's going to be very difficult for me to get traction. So the first thing I did was I posted on my personal Facebook account about my channel and what I'm trying to accomplish and all that. And that was done probably around I think it was done around here. And it got me some views, but it didn't really do all that much. And so I started trying different places as far as where I could post videos and whatnot, and around here is the time I started posting to Reddit. And I know that there's a large game dev community on Reddit, and I've been posting once a day to our game dev, and that has actually been the primary driving force, at least for right now, of views on my content. And it's something that I hope that I'm not going to have to rely on for all that long, because eventually I'm hoping to have enough of a subscriber base where it'll just sort of grow organically. But being that I'm just starting off growing this channel, that's going to be really an uphill battle to do without any sort of promotion whatsoever. I think once I get to a certain point, it'll just sort of snowball and go from there. But for now, I'm still going to keep promoting my videos because I want game developers to find my stuff, and hopefully it helps. The other thing that is interesting in this period is my view duration has sort of gone all over the place. In the beginning, it was high, and then there was a dip here, and then it sort of went back up, and now it's kind of gone back down, but headed back up. And I'm not really sure why this is yet. It really hasn't been long enough for me to be able to determine that. So I guess time will tell. Once I can expand this out further, what is going on here and what's normal. Of course, I don't have any revenue because my channel is not large enough, or not even close to large enough, for that to be a concern yet, and I'm not really worried about that anyway. It's not really my reason for doing this in the first place. But so likes are way up, 813.33% compared to the last period, and I'm pretty happy with that so far. That's pretty significant, I think. Dislikes are also up, of course, too. I realize that not everybody's going to like my videos, so hopefully, this number stays, down compared to the likes, and if not, of course, I'll adjust my strategy. But for now, I'm quite happy with this ratio. Comments are up too, and it looks like the comments sort of towards the end have started kind of to ramp up and left off a little bit. There was a little dip here, but overall it looks like it's kind of starting to take off a little bit. Shares, I would imagine this has a lot to do with the shares that I'm doing on Reddit, but I believe that some of these are also outside of that, with other people sharing my videos. This one, for example, has 5 shares, and I know I didn't share a video 5 times this day. So I think what might be starting to happen here is a little bit of sharing happening outside what I'm actually doing. And it looks like it was this, you will never be ready to start developing video games. So just going back here to overview, my subscribers is also up, and at first I was not 100% sure how to properly read this, but it looks like this is the amount of subscribers that you actually gain overall for that day. So looks like what happened here is looks like well, no, that's not today. Looks like a couple of days ago I lost a subscriber. I didn't actually gain any. I lost a subscriber. And so if we just look at subscribers gained, there's a little bit of a trend. This sort of follows the views and whatnot. So it kind of gives me an idea of which videos are popular ones and which ones are not. But I'm not sure if this is also a spike just because of my pushing the videos or not. So I guess we'll see. This isn't really enough data to sort of go on what's causing the gains versus losses. And again, the losses, I don't really have any data to speak of here to tell me what's going on as far as losses are concerned. So if I look at the previous period and do a comparison, this was pretty much flat throughout the entire way. I did get some here, and I lost some as well towards the end of that period. So there's definitely been growth overall as far as subscribers are concerned. So if I go back to overview, just want to take a look here at some of the watch time statistics. It looks like the most popular one that I've done is You Will Never Be Ready to Start Developing Video Games. And then I also made a video, 10 mistakes I made in game development, and that one also seemed to do pretty well. I've got some other videos in here that I had before, and I'm going to actually come back to this about some of the car stuff that I used to have on my channel. And I was getting some views from those videos, but most of those have been taken down since. So eventually these things will drop off. But it looks like this one, and this one are the only 3 that are actually left on that. It looks like the rest of my videos have sort of taken over for the rest of that. So most of those are down at this point, so I expect that the others will drop off over time. If I look at views, it's almost the same story, except now my game development videos are all towards the top, and the car videos have started to sort of drop off a little bit. So again, it's pretty much the same story for that. If I look at watch time, and instead of the last 28 days, I'll go the last 90 days. So I just want to point out the difference between where my channel was before versus where it is now. So if we look at this, it sort of goes up and down, and it has little spikes and whatnot, but it doesn't really go anywhere overall for this whole thing. And you'll note that my car videos do hold the last couple spots here, because this channel before had a lot of stuff, a lot of car stuff, and since I've moved those off, those have started to drop off a little bit. And at some point, I would imagine these 2 videos here will take over those top slots. But the reason for that is this video in particular here, back when I posted it, took off big time, and I believe that the small amount of views that my channel has had ever since is directly related to that and some of the other videos. So I believe that also explains some of the subscriber drop off, because this channel used to be about car stuff, and I've switched it because that wasn't really what I wanted to focus on long term. So I moved those to a new car channel that I have, and I really started promoting this channel, and now this is what I'm getting. But to point out how successful those old videos are, if I look at lifetime, there it goes. Okay, so I created this channel way back in 2008, and I didn't do anything with it for years, so that's why this is all flatlined. And I posted a couple of small videos here, and then this is where I actually posted my review of the Subaru video. And so that was what really gave me a lot of watch time on my channel and whatnot. And it sort of tapered off after that, because I didn't really do too much after that. I did post some videos, but I didn't really upkeep it like I should have. And so really what I'm now competing against is this initial spike. And you can see through here that this has sort of really become very flat in the meantime. And right around, I guess it was right around here or so is where I started posting. So we can see that there's a sharp uptick here at the end, and this is what I'm hoping to keep going as far as watch time is concerned. So I want to eventually, this is what I'm competing with. My goal is eventually to beat out this video. This video was posted way back in 2016, so it's had a lot of time to drop off, and I don't think at this point it's not getting all that much traffic anymore. So I'm not really too worried about it competing with the rest of my videos at this point. In fact, this is the Subaru video is the only car video that I still have up that I haven't actually taken down, just because it has so many views. I'm still sure I think it's helping drive traffic to my channel anyways. So eventually I will take that down, but right now it is a way that it is something I'm using to sort of drive traffic to this channel, even if it's not direct. And we'll see how that works. I don't know how that's going to work out, but for now I'm going to leave it as is. So this is where I'm at now, and hopefully it'll continue to grow. One last thing I want to point out is traffic sources. So if we look at traffic sources, overall, suggested videos was the biggest source of traffic, and then followed by YouTube search, followed by browse features and other YouTube videos. There it goes. I was waiting for that to load. And then external is after that. But that's for the lifetime. So if I look in the last 90 days, it'll give me a little bit more accurate perspective on what's going on here. So it looks like, from this perspective, external sources have been the primary driving factor for view time, as far as that's concerned. YouTube search is right behind it. So as far as watch time goes, 30% are from external sources, 24% is from YouTube search, and 19% is from suggested videos. So I'm not too far off on that, I don't think. As far as views goes, let me just sort by that. External is 42%, which is much higher. But then YouTube search and suggested videos fall off, so it's 19 and 14%. And then after that, it's channel pages and some other advertising campaigns I ran and things like that. So I think at some point I'd like to see YouTube search and suggested videos rise to the top, so that I don't have to push these videos as hard. I still do want to continue, of course, promoting my videos, but I don't want to have to push them quite as hard as I'm having to push them now. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. So let me switch back to the camera. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all I've got as far as the analytics go for this round. There will be another video in a month. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you're new here, please subscribe, please like the video, and please leave me some comments below on what you think as far as my approach on this. I'd love to hear from you guys as far as if you have any helpful tips or tricks or things that I could do to help grow this channel, or things that you would rather see more of or see less of. I'd like to hear about that in the comments, so please drop me a comment. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.